Hi everyone, welcome to my lunchtime live. Thank you so much, Rachel, for allowing me to come and talk to you today. I'm just going to check that I'm live in the right place because I've been doing lots of these little pop-in lives in so many different places over the last month or so, and so I just want to make sure I'm in the right group, doing the right thing. And I've got my laptop open as well, because sometimes it's easier to see who's watching, comments and that kind of thing on a different screen. So yeah, I can see that I'm live in the right place, so that is good. And yeah, so let's get started. So if we've not met before, I'm Eve Cale, and I run a little business called Gift Wrapped by Eve, and I help you to learn to gift wrap, help your presents to look good, learn speedy, easy ways to wrap things, and I also try to make sure that what I'm doing is planet friendly as well. So the materials that I use, the tips and suggestions that I use, I've got the planet in mind, so I'm trying to be a bit greener with everything that I do. And I also help small businesses to think about how they wrap and package their products as gifts as well. So that's how Rachel and I know each other. But I'm not here to talk about product packaging today. I'm here to help you with rethinking your Christmas gift wrapping as we are approaching Christmas rapidly, aren't we? It's such a busy time of year, isn't it? And often when I tell people what I do, people always share with me how they feel about the Christmas gift wrapping, because it's just something that is top of mind, isn't it? Even at any point in the year when I tell them what I do, the thing that springs to mind is usually the Christmas wrapping, because there's often a lot to do at one time, and also there are loads of other things going on around this time. So I understand from Rachel that you're having a bit of a season during December in this group, talking about how you can just be a bit more embracing the season in a different way, because it can sometimes feel overwhelming, can't it? I absolutely love wrapping and giving gifts. It's, I've made a business out of it, but even I feel overwhelmed by it sometimes. So I'm going to share with you some tips and ideas to help it feel less overwhelming and help you to enjoy the process more. Because the process, I'm really passionate about the fact that the process of giving gifts, there's reasons that we love to share and give gifts to one another. We want that connection with people. We want to, show people that we care about them by exchanging gifts with them. Leaving the religious side of things to one side, there are lots of other reasons that we give gifts. All through the year, and as well as at Christmas. So I feel quite sad when people tell me that they don't like wrapping, or they feel stressed by the wrapping, because I think, well, this is part of the gift giving process. So let's try and enjoy it. Let's try and enjoy that last bit before we give the presents over. So I'm here to help. If you are watching, I can see a couple of people watching, and you've got specific questions you want me to answer, then do pop them in the comments. But also let me know, how do you feel about Christmas wrapping? Is it something that you look forward to, or is it something that you put off or delegate to somebody else? I'd love to know how you feel about it, and then hopefully the tips and suggestions I give can help you. And then at the end of my little talk, I've also got something to show you how to make, and we're going to be making a mini gift bag. So all you need for that is a rectangle of paper, so a rectangle of wrapping paper. But if you haven't got that to hand, just a rectangle of any paper, you can do the make, and then you could use it to make a mini gift bag with wrapping paper at a later date. And then I'm going to be using some tape as well. That's all you need to do the make. But first of all, my top tips for doing wrapping more mindfully is it's really down to a little bit of planning. It's it's not rocket science, but actually these tips will help you. In fact, I was talking to my parents about it yesterday, who have obviously wrapped gifts for many years, more than me, and they do all their wrapping all in one go, and they do it together. My mum directs my dad as to what needs to be wrapped. He does the wrapping because she finds it difficult with her hands, but she says, I bought this for this person, you need to wrap it. So that's how they do it, but you might do it differently in your house. And if you can, my top tip is to spread out the wrapping and not try and do it all in one go, because I think that is where sometimes we literally come unstuck. So recently there was a survey that came out, I think it was last week, and they found in the survey that the average Brit gets frustrated with wrapping after 16 minutes. And I thought that was an amazing statistic, and I think it's probably quite accurate, isn't it? I mean, these surveys, you don't know how many people that they ask, you know, sometimes you have to take them with a pinch of salt, but I thought actually that sounds quite accurate. So can you break your wrapping down into chunks? Can you put some time in the diary aside when you're not really tired? I know that's quite a difficult thing to say at the moment because there's loads of different things happening, aren't there? But can you break it down into 15-minute chunks? Can you do a couple of things a day, or at night, or whenever time kind of suits you? Could you wrap early in the morning? You don't necessarily have to do it in the way that you might think you do it. You know, sometimes you sort of think of people doing wrapping late at night in front of a Christmas movie. Well, if that doesn't suit you and your timings, then do it at a different time. It doesn't have to be then. So break it down. If you can, I would recommend using a firm surface to wrap on rather than sitting and wrapping on the floor. I know spreading things around, you know, if you've got lots to wrap, might seem like a good idea, but actually that can actually add to your fatigue, because sitting on the floor you can get really uncomfortable. So I recommend using a table. If you don't have access to a table, you could use a kitchen worktop or an ironing board. Ironing board has the practical fact that you can move it around. You can move it in front of your TV, or, you know, in front of your iPad or whatever. You can move it up and down. So if you prefer sitting down to wrap because that's more comfortable, you can move it to the right height. So yeah, top tip is to use your ironing board. Then you can watch a box set or your Christmas movie. You know, you don't have to watch it all in one go. You can do it in little chunks. You can come back to it. And then perhaps you'll enjoy it more if you've got something to entertain you while you're doing the job, if you find that you do get bored. Now, I've got the opposite problem in that every time I wrap something, I think, oh, shall I try this new technique out? I need to take some photos of it, you know, because I'm sort of doing content for my business. But generally, if you just want to get the job done, having something like on in the background that's going to help you enjoy the process more is a good idea. Or perhaps you just want some music on, or the radio. So that's another top tip. The other thing is to have nice things around you that you're wrapping with, so that you enjoy the process. So practically having everything nearby. So having some nice scissors. Where are my scissors? I lost my scissors. They're right here next to me. So I've got some nice scissors that I only use for wrapping, nice sharp scissors. I've got my tape dispenser so that I can always find the end of my tape. I use paper tape because I find it, it's super sticky. It's better for the environment, better than sellotape, which actually contains plastic. But whatever tape you are using, a tape dispenser is a great idea because you'll always be able to find the end of the tape. So having those things to hand is a good idea as well. And then the last thing is to have some techniques ready to go, so that you know when you see a certain shape, oh right, I've got to wrap that one next. Right, I'm going to use this technique to do it. So I sort of share 4 techniques that cover most shapes. My favourite one is what I'm going to show you now, which is how to make a gift bag. And a gift bag is brilliant for awkward shapes. Obviously you can use a gift bag that you've bought or had passed on to you, but if you come across an awkward shape and you don't have a gift bag to hand that is the right size, if you know how to make your own, you'll make wrapping an awkward shape much easier. So I'm thinking of things like large soft toys, things like dressing gowns and that kind of thing. They can be quite tricky to wrap. If you can make a gift bag, then you will be able to wrap all of these awkward shaped items. So I'm making it on a mini scale today, but basically you can take this and you can do it on a larger scale. So all you need is a rectangle of paper. This mini size I'm doing is A5, approximately, and then a bit of tape. So first of all, we're just going to just lightly fold the rectangle in half, so I know where the centre is. I just marked it lightly. And then I'm going to fold just over that centre line, like this. And then I'm going to fold it back to just overlap slightly. There we are, so it's just overlapping slightly. Then we're going to get our tape, and we're just going to use the tape dispenser and just pop a little bit of tape along here to make the back of the bag. If you've got a little bit of extra tape, you can just tuck it in like this. There we are. Now we're going to make the bottom of the bag. So if you have got a pattern on your paper where it matters which way it goes up, say it's got, I don't know, I've got a Christmas birds one down there, or Father Christmas's face or something like that, then make sure when you make the bottom of the bag, you make it so that the design is the right way up. I've got a repeated pattern of these candy canes, so it doesn't matter which way up I go. So now I'm just folding this in half slightly again. And then this time I'm going to fold from the bottom up to the centre. Rather than over it, I'm just folding up to the centre. Like this. Okay. And then I'm going to fold it back on itself and open this up. And I'm going to make a sort of diamond shape. Like this. Okay, so we've folded from the bottom up to the centre, then we've folded back on itself, and then we've ended up with a diamond shape. And then the last bit is to fold the bottom and the top in to make the bottom of the bag, like this. Okay, and then you're just going to add a tiny bit of tape to secure the bottom. And then the last bit is to pop your hand inside like this, and then you're going to open up this bag. Okay, and now you've got the perfect size mini gift bag. So this is great. Rachel obviously sells Temple Spa products as well as her subscription boxes, and the little mini, there's a gift set I think that's got 9 little minis in. Well, those mini size hand cream, shower gels, I think there's a hair wash in there, they fit in here perfectly. This is the perfect size for like a little mini one of those, or like a few wax melts maybe, or like a few chocolate treats. This is a great size for that. So you can make these in advance, fold them flat and then stuff them ready. They're good for party bags as well. But I just think they're really cute. So just to seal the bag, you could literally just fold it over like this. You could pop a bit of tape on the back if you wanted to, or you can pop a hole punch through and tie a gift tag on, a couple of hole punches and tie a ribbon through. Lots of different things you can do with it, or you can keep it super simple. Just put a little bit of tape on the back. So you can do bags on a bigger scale using the same technique, And at the moment I'm running 12 days of Christmas gift wrapping, and this is free wrapping tutorials, so a bit like this, but they're pre-recorded on Zoom. I've pre-recorded them, so there's my overhead camera, so you can see a bit better than on Facebook Live. You just sign up to receive the emails, and every day you'll receive a new tutorial to your inbox. So we're on day number 4 today. So if you sign up today, then you'll automatically get the emails from tomorrow morning, so you won't have missed too many. You can also, if you wanted to, buy the whole 12 days, so that you can keep them and refer back to them, and then there's a bonus episode, a bonus tutorial as well, if you wanted to. Or you can just sign up for the emails, and every morning you'll get a new tutorial which lasts for 24 hours, and then you can have a little go at it, and hopefully, you know, it'll help you, inspire you. It covers all of the basic shapes in those tutorials. It also covers a few extras that you can do if you wanted to. But keeping things simple is not a bad thing if you're feeling like wrapping is a bit overwhelming. You can just keep things super, super simple. The tutorials are all 10 minutes or less. In fact, most of them are about 5 minutes, so they're really quick to watch as well. So I'll pop the link in there in the comments afterwards, but you can also go to my website, giftwrappedbyeve.com/freebies, and it's the first one on the list. So do go and check that out, and there's some other free resources on there that you may find useful as well. So thanks so much for watching. I hope this has been useful. If you've got any other questions, then do just pop them below, or pop me a message, and I will try and help. And do come and give me a follow on Instagram at giftwrappedbyeve, and look out for more kind of ways to inspire your gifting. And yeah, I hope you enjoy your wrapping this year, and have a happy Christmas. Thank you very much. Bye for now.